Welcome to Up and Running's brief video review of the brand new Blackberry Q10. On the positive side, it feels like a good solid product. Its weight is about average for these types of devices. It has this sort of carbon fibery back, which I think lots of people you've seen before in some of these promotional things. It's a little soft and tactile, so it won't slip out of your hand. The device definitely feels solid, which is Blackberry hallmark. On the negative side, the battery is good for 1 day. So if you are, at least that's been my experience, so if you are used to having, say, a Blackberry Bold and getting, 4 days out of it when it's new and 2 days, 3 days out of it when it's old, you'll be disappointed. Like all of these touchscreen devices, you pretty much get a day out of it. From an iPhone to an S3 to an S4 to whatever, you're going to get about a day. Let's see here. The speed should be excellent, and it appears to be largely, when I do things, it functions nice and fast, and I don't seem to have any troubles with it. But yeah, the problem is it's missing a bunch of apps. Netflix isn't there, and most importantly, I find Google Maps isn't there. And my understanding from I believe I read a press release or some notice from Google saying that they're not going to produce it either. Same with Netflix. My understanding was that they were not going to produce something. So I also understood that you can, through the Android emulator, get both of those to function. But it's a kludge, and there won't be support, and I wouldn't think, and it's just going to be messy. So if I wanted a device that required those two features, Netflix and Google Maps, I would be looking elsewhere. The keyboard is excellent. On the bottom here, it works as they always have. It's nice and clean. My biggest complaint is that there's no home button. They should have set this space bar to be the home button or something equivalent to that. So where a lot of people are used to having, like the iPhone has a giant button at the bottom for home. The S3s and all of the S line from Samsung have a home button in the middle, and it's really helpful. Here, you can get lost in the interface quite easily. I'm going to go into, how do I get into the hub here? I'm going to go up and over, there we go, and then, oh geez. Let's go off on this. I find the interface quite confusing. I showed it to a bunch of people today, and I must say I had the same response from many, many people. This notion of going to a hub, I just find to be tedious and unnecessary. It may be a better device, but yeah, sorry, maybe a better configuration, but because I'm not used to it, I just don't like it. And it kind of pains me to say that. I very much want to like this product. I really like RIM, or now we call it Research in Motion, or Blackberry, I suppose is the new name. But this product is so close to great. But it's about 2 years behind, and I think that's about it. So let me finish off the review, and I'll go over an anecdote in a minute. So a couple of things. When it gets hot in the back, right about here, when you're doing stuff with it, presumably that's where the CPU is. Don't like that. The retail packaging is pretty solid. This little quick start guide is fine if you don't know how to take a battery out and put a SIM card in. It's good. It fortunately has a micro SIM, not a nano SIM like that ridiculous i5. I mean, how much smaller do these things need to get? And what is the advantage? I do not understand why you'd make the SIM smaller at this point. They need to be able to be handled with the human hand. My hand as a man is this big, and yeah, I just don't want to be fiddling around with some tiny little thing. The phone quality is good, the voice quality that is. Big positive. This is the first phone I've ever had that connected to my Office 365 Exchange Mail with just the email address and the password. Everything worked, no problems. Now, it's also the first device I've connected since the upgrade to Exchange 2013 on Microsoft's end, so it may be more at their end, but I'm going to give this one to Blackberry because I can. Another weird thing I had, or a weird situation I had the other day was I was in and I needed to use a special character, so I pressed and held the Alt key, and you can see the Alt goes in the top right-hand corner here, and I couldn't get it off. It took me an hour. It's very odd. I did a soft boot, I did everything pretty much, pull the battery, and that sucker, I just couldn't get rid of it. No trouble to get rid of it now. If you hold it, it changes to permanently being on, but you can just hold it again and turn it off. So anyway, I don't know what the issue was there, but it was quite weird, quite annoying. I had no A SD, all of those were kicking out numbers and other characters. Okay, moving on. Voice command, super, super, super annoying. So I'm here, I'm ready to compose some sort of a message, so I click in here, and where is the little voice icon, the little microphone, the whatever? And I see one here, but it doesn't seem to do very much. So as far as I can tell, again, with limited experience with this, is going over here, I can press this little button in the middle, and I have to hold it. But then instead of just going straight to voice dictation like it should, it asks me, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to send an email? Do you want to, whatever? No, I don't want to. I just wanted you to dictate. I just wanted you to translate my voice into text right now. That's it. So anyway, let me get out of this. And the biggest problem with this phone for me as a user is that it does not have a back button. How do I get out of this? And the answer is I go from here and I slide up and over. But I don't want to do that. I'm driving my car. I've only got one hand. I just want to grab it and be able to slide things around quickly, press buttons and move on. It really irks me that there's no back button on this, no home button, as I said. It really should be the space bar or something equivalent to that. Yeah, the space bar still doubles for your @ sign and your space bar, and your periods when you're writing out email addresses or websites, which is great. So I can write in, Matthews space tech space CA, and it will write in matthews@urtech.ca, which is awesome. Another issue is there's no phone button, and I realized, okay, it's not really fair to say there's no phone button. On a lot of the screens, other than this one, as you can see, there is a, oh, come on. I just find this annoying. This is where a back button or a home button would be really, really handy. So I want to get out of this thing, and I find I get trapped in these little apps from time to time. It's quite obnoxious. Anyway, so back to the phone button. So there it is, but it's a soft button. It's on the screen. Well, I want a physical button because I'm driving my car and I'm in an app and I don't want to have to get back to the home screen and then click that button. It's just too hard. And before you yell at me for driving with my phone, yes, I do use Bluetooth, and yes, I also will often, but I will periodically use my phone at, say, a stoplight or whatever, and I don't want to goof around with it. It just takes too long. What you're looking at right now is probably the second largest complaint, which is these giant freaking icons. I want small icons. Oh, jeez. I want small icons. These icons are so large that I can only fit on, what is it, 12? Yeah, 12 icons there. And these bars at the bottom, a bunch of bars will pop up when you do things, and this giant bar at the bottom here, and there's bars at the top that pop up from time to time, and I just find the whole thing, I just find it not very convenient. So, to sum up, it's a very, very good device, but it has some limited apps, and I find the interface confusing. I showed this to about a dozen people today, and I had similar comments from everyone, so I don't think it's just me. I really wish BlackBerry the best with this. It really is a great product, but these are degrees of perfection. And this is at the bottom end of perfection, and the S3, for instance, and S4s, S3 in particular, really at the top end of perfection in today's world. Yes, they're going to get better, but they're very, very, very hard to compete with. If this product had come out 2 years ago, as it should, I would have never moved my clients off of BlackBerry. They would have just gone from Bolds, 9700s, 9900s, whatever else, directly onto this and been happy as can be. So the ability to work with this without a BlackBerry server and simply use a ActiveSync connection with Exchange is very valuable, and this did a great job of it, as I said. But it did none of this to summarize this whole thing. It's just too little, too late. And this one, as you can see, is faded to black, and I think it's going to be returned to the dealer, sadly, tomorrow.